Alright everyone, we are back. I apologize for leaving my advertisements on there. That's poor form. But here we go. I had to go through... Oop, I gotta go fix the camera. Talk to him about something random.
Alright, well, let's see. I've been playing Splinter Fright deck tonight, green-black, based off the list that Patrick Chafin put out a little while ago. Like I said earlier, I went 1-2 tonight, but I still had a lot of fun.
Splinter Frights. You know, here's the thing that I think a lot of people lose. People like to watch a lot of streaming Magic content. They like to watch a lot of professionals stream their matches and stuff like that. So what they get in the habit of is thinking that everything is top-tier play. This is FNM. It costs $5 to play here. We're in South Charleston, West Virginia. There's 55,000 people that live in this city, and it's the biggest one in the state.
Yeah.
We are here to have fun. There are 43 people that came here tonight with a $5. They put it on the table and said, JB, I want to have some fun. You had some fun, Splinter Fighting people. Didn't get there ultimately, but won one match.
Yeah, I did. He had a hard time facing down 2 gold trees and a Splinter Fight that was at 12. So
all of that seems good.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk some business here. Back to the matter at hand. This is round 4 of tonight's Friday Night Magic from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. You're looking at the feature match that we've got for you right now. Please ignore the titles as I have yet to update them. On the left, Scott Driver. Accomplished player, just got back into Standard. He is playing Red Deck Wins. He is paired up against, on the right, Casey Skibbe, another one of the guys from Morgantown that are in because of the holidays. What is... Skibbe is not a name I'm very familiar with, so I had to double check the... and I don't know what he's playing.
He is playing Red, White, Blue
American
Miracles. Yeah, it's...
There needs to be another, I know some people call it American or whatever, there needs to be a better name for that, because like it's the only shard that everyone always says red, white, blue. They don't have a special name for it, they just have,
Now, yeah, I did see quite a few miracles come out of it.
Oh, you played him?
Yeah, I played him last round, he was my second loss. Unfortunately, the Fright deck doesn't, or Splinter Fright does not play well against the control decks of the room, but...
No, but, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had fun doing it.
You had fun. That's all that matters. You want to have fun, and you live within a 2.5-hour drive of Charleston, West Virginia. Feel free to come down. I always tell people, I don't expect people to come here for Friday Night Magic, obviously, unless they're from a bigger area, you know, unless they have reason to come here for business or family or whatever. But I do tell people it's close enough to the bigger metro areas like Columbus, Pittsburgh, and Roanoke that if we have a Grand Prix trial, or we have some kind of Star City IQ, or people are driving through town. In the summer, you want to get to the beach from the Midwest, you got to drive through 64, right past this shop. So, that's my plug for Lost Legion Games and Comics. So it looks like Scott went down to 5. Looks like he's going to keep 5. I did point out, I did like from Scott earlier, he's playing Ice Age Mountains, but he's playing the all Cold Snap reprint Ice Age Mountains, so he's all modern bordered. He said he wants to do that just to grief as many people as possible. I can't blame him. I like his style. And we see a turn 2, no doubt unleashed Gorehouse Chainwalker, and we also see a very interesting interaction that Scott's playmat has with my camera. Where it does this weird flashing thing. Have you been in here before when it's done that?
No.
First of all, everyone gives him grief about his playmats. The last time it was on the stream, people gave him a bunch of grief about it. I don't really understand. But,
Not Magic Show fans?
I guess not. I am going to, the stream was going to be a little bit darker now, but I am going to solve that problem, at least temporarily. No, it didn't do anything. It did nothing. So, whatever. We're just going to have to live with the flashing in and out. Scott's been playing with that mat since the dawn of time. He's not going to change just on that account. So we see an Azorius Charm, take out the Chainwalker, but the Hasted Shred Freak comes in for the first damage of the game. Scott going to be up against it a little bit here, considering he mulled a 5, has 4 lands on table. It looks like another... Miracle are going to think twice here with the white open and pray for a miracle and not find one.
But yeah, in my game against him, I know he's running a full complement of Terminuses, and I'm not sure how many entreats he is, but I know there's at least 2 in the deck.
Because you saw them?
Because I saw 2, yeah.
As we see a very timely Detention Sphere take out both Shred Freaks, leaving Scott with 4 lands, and the recast, unleashed, Gorehouse Changewalker.
A card that I had a lot of experience with the last few weekends, actually. I've been PTQing, and I ended up red-black both weekends, and...
That's where I want to be. More importantly here, not to cut you off there, but we see a Hellrider come down, and that gets in for 8 total. So knocks Casey down to 6, but as good as the top deck Hellrider was, the top deck Terminus even better.
Yes.
But remember, he is playing against a burn deck. So he's 2 Searing Spears away from losing this game. Jace Architect of Thought comes down, likely going to dig for answers. Finds a Dissipate. You give him the Dissipate, right?
Nah.
I don't know if I'd take the Dissipate. You can't cast it. You can't cast it this turn, so you might as well set up for next turn. Someone in the chat asking if Miracle works off Think Twice. It does work off Think Twice if you cast Think Twice during their turn, and it's the first card that you've drawn. It's the first card that's drawn each turn, and there are 2 turns per cycle. We see a Stonewright come down, the worst of the 1-drops in Scotty's deck. It's not Scotty, Scott. But an Ash Zealot comes down, pumped once by the pairing with Stonewright, and Casey's down to just 3. Scott is hellbent at this point, but we all know that there are a lot of burn spells that do 3 damage.
Yeah.
Brimstone Volleys and Searing Spears, he has all of them. Ups Jace. Do you up Jace there, or do you just kill Jace and hope you find an answer?
I mean, I would have just killed Jace and hoped that I got the answer.
Is he just praying that he draws the Terminus here? I mean, is he just going to try and miracle the Terminus?
Is it? No, Azorius Charm.
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster for no value. And before damage, he's going to Izzet Charm the... Yep. Should take 1 off the... Shouldn't he take damage off the Ash Zealot trigger? Now, to be perfectly honest, that's a trigger. We did have some nightmare last week where there was a rules thing that we just got lambasted for in the chat.
Really?
But I think that is one that they are obligated to catch their own trigger, right?
Yeah.
I know this is FNM and whatnot, but in the past we have tried to stay out of the game as much as we can unless there is a direct violation of rules. I believe Ash Zealot says that if you flash back a spell, it does 2 damage, right?
If a spell is cast from the graveyard, 2 damage. No, actually I believe it's 3, is it not? Wouldn't he have been dead there?
And in response to the tapped out Spaces revelation, a Searing Spear.
And that's it.
Pretty well played game there. A very good mold of 5, or at least the top of Scott's deck loved him as he drew 4 lands, but then didn't draw another land after that.
Yeah, I mean, he got very lucky for the mono red deck. I mean, the way he had all those lands and stuff, you figured it was just going to continue, but no, he drew something playable every time. So
the deck list that you mentioned, it was Pat Chapin's deck for your Splinter Fright deck?
Yeah, it was a older Patrick Chapin deck.
You'll have to send it to me. I'll share it with the people.
Okay.
Because they love. Here's what I know about people on the internet that play Magic. They like deck lists.
Yeah, definitely.
They like deck lists.
But yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. There's a slight modification, but nothing major. My foil playset of Gravecrawlers didn't arrive before Friday night, and I know that sounds like just a me problem, but so
I'll tell you this while you're talking there. What is happening is what I feared would happen is the chat is just blowing up with hatred about Miss Trigger.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
There's nothing. So here's what happened last week. Last week, a player cyclonic rifted their own Restoration Angel.
Oh.
You cannot do that.
Yes.
At the time that it happened, I honestly did not know that, and by the point Jordan Peccio, who was co-commentating, when he explained that to me and I confirmed it, the game state had got to the point where I didn't feel comfortable backing it up, and then the internet just hated me for the rest of the night. So by God, I'm all over Cyclonic Rift now. Someone on YouTube even posted that they liked our videos until then, and now they're not going to watch anymore.
Well,
to which
yeah.
I responded in a very tactful fashion, but in reality, if you don't want to watch our videos on YouTube because of that situation, and it's just it all boils down to the thing I talked about. It's not that we want that to happen necessarily, but I don't want to go out there and interfere with the games because there's been times I've gone out and interfered and been wrong.
Yeah.
Like we don't do this because we're trying to. If you want to watch top level playtesting videos, watch Star City's Brad Jerry series or something like that.
Yeah, well.
We are just some kids having fun with a webcam.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. This is an FNM, guys. This isn't PTQ or pro level Magic. It's an FNM. So we'll let it go unless
ultimately it does not matter, as Scott ended up winning that game that he would likely have won off of the trigger anyway. Although the trigger would not have killed him, it would have only done 2 damage, I believe. Let's bring up Ash Zealot just to confirm, but I believe Ash Zealot is 2 damage if it's cast from the graveyard. But the internet will surely tell us.
It is 3. Yeah,
it is 3. So, you live, you learn.
Yeah.
I was halfway there. I knew that there was a trigger. I just didn't know what it did. Just a little bit of bookkeeping here while we're waiting for the next game to fire off. Joseph, your Twitter is the Joseph Messer, right?
That is correct.
Look at me with a good memory. So, we've had some good matchups tonight. Round 1, we saw a green-white junk tokens deck take down a mono-black homebrew. I thought the mono-black homebrew piloted by Samuel Hanna was in fact his Burn at the Stake deck, but it was not. Because he was playing with his Burn at the Stake deck earlier in the evening, but then when the tournament started, he wanted to play with his black deck. That ended quickly, so we saw 5-color Super Friends versus Grixis Control. That won by Grixis because they have Dreadbore.
Of course.
And Slaughter Games.
Oh,
Slaughter Games on Detention Sphere is very good in the
Yeah.
control matchup. We've also seen, green-white humans tonight. We've seen Bant Control. We've seen, what did we see in round 2? We saw blue-white enchantments, hexproof and ethereal armor, square off against Jund mid-range, splashing white for Lingering Souls.
Oh.
Very good deck, actually.
Yeah. Well, as this standard goes along and you see, we get all the Ravnica Shocklands, we're going to see more splashes.
Everything is going to be, there's not going to be splashes, just every deck is going to be every color.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Rakdos Cackler from Scott. That's the way he drew it up.
That's the way the deck's designed. I mean, turn 1 for this deck right now doesn't get much better. We're not in the land of Goblin Guides anymore, so...
And Shred Freak comes in on curve, dropping Casey down to 16. I'm trying to think what the Miracles deck is going to bring in sideboard. Because it doesn't have Centaur Healers, it doesn't have Thragtusks. I see a Dissipate, but Dissipate's not really good in this spot.
He had one card in our last game. I'm not sure if it was sideboard or not, but he is actually running Nib Mizzet.
So we're going to think twice with white up. Missing on the... man, it's got to feel like you got to feel like $1 million when that happens, I think.
Nah.
And he had to play a land untapped to do that.
Nah.
So he's down to 10 already on his own turn 3. Supreme Verdict here will clear the board, but still at 10 life against the burn deck.
Searing Spear?
Searing Spear at end of
End of turn.
End of Casey's turn. Casey, I guess, deciding if he wants to dissipate it. I think you have to at this point.
With the situation he's in, he has to dissipate it.
Healing salves are necessary. If this is a Hellrider, is this the game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hellrider is the game.
Yep.
Hellrider is the game.
Doing the math.
Dominant performance from the red deck. This is a pretty bad matchup for the because it doesn't have green, because it can't play Centaur Healer and Thragtusk.
Yeah.
It's much more difficult. So, very interesting, as we see Scott very proud of his sideboarded Tybalt, which he brings in.
He had to show it off. He's like, I had this. I brought that in.
Brings those in against control just for the looting effect, as it's often difficult for the control deck to deal with it because of they're going to be using their detention spheres and O-rings on creatures. I didn't even get to it because the match was over so quickly, but these players were 2-1.
Yeah.
All of the 3-0 players had already been on camera. Well, the good thing is all the 3-0 players are playing control decks, so I will be able to get one of those tables to scoot over when they're done. I'll probably get either Max Turner playing 4-color control, or the man, the myth, the local legend, Adam Vickers, who's playing Blue-White Flash. Probably get those guys. I'm going to step out real briefly. Joseph, feel free to continue talking about your Splinter Fight deck, or you talk about your podcast. I'd like to do that.
All right. Actually, it's a big weekend for the podcast this weekend. For those who don't know about it, Stitcher is hosting a 24 hours of podcasting for charity. It's going to go to Hurricane Sandy relief. So if you have the Stitcher app already on your phone, or you can go to Stitcher.com and just listen to it on your computer. Actually, if you go to my website, geekdomnetwork.wordpress.com, the stream will be able to be found there this weekend as well. So, enjoy it. Donate if you can. Like I said, all the money goes to the states of New York and New Jersey for hurricane relief, and give it what you can. I mean, my podcast is going to be on there. A few smaller end podcasts are going to be on there, but there will also be bigger podcasts like the Nerdist podcast and Tell 'em Steve Dave and Hollywood Babylon, and I Sell Comics, which is Mike Zapsik and Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. So Hollywood Babylon is, of course, Kevin Smith, director Kevin Smith, and Ralph Garman. So, and the Nerdist podcast is Chris Hardwick, for anyone who knows who he is. It's going to be a great weekend, 24 hours of straight podcasting. If you just listen in for a few hours or anything, give it a listen. Alright, I guess he's still out there trying to find us a match. So, now I haven't been here for the last few weeks, so... the Splinter Fright deck that I have is based off the green-black self-milled deck by Patrick Chafin. So, picking up some questions here out of the chat for that. But, he wrote about it back in the early part of October. Like I said, I didn't get my grave crawlers in time, so I tried to put a few other cards in their place that didn't work out nearly as well. But, I will make sure that Zach gets the list for the next few days, and he can post it up on Facebook. I decided to give my Esper tokens deck the week off, so... and doesn't look like we still have anything out there yet, so... What do you guys want to talk about in the chat? What are we talking about here in the chat? Let's see here. Alright, we have a discussion about spells fizzling, and... Alright. Like I said, I haven't been here for the last few weeks. We recently got the announcement that Modern is becoming an FNM format. So, as someone whose collection and, playtime is mostly based off Modern, I'm really excited about this. I'm not sure how you guys feel about this. My favorite Modern deck, actually, right now is Matthias Hunt's green-black deck that he played at the Pro Tour with the Lotla Trolls and the Vengevines and the Dark Confidants. It's one of the few decks I have built for it. I also played the old LSV Blue-White Tron deck. That's one I enjoy as well. But, you know, you also have all, the fun staples. Every once in a while I try to play Storm and lose badly with people, but, yep. But yeah, the...
Got one.
You got one?
Got one.
Alright.
I had to go 8 tables deep.
Oh, 8 tables deep to find this match?
And we've got a repeat.
Alright.
We do have a repeat, but it's the aforementioned Jund deck with Lingering Souls.
Oh, alright.
So we got a bonus match for you here on the left. Logan Cutlip, another regular on the stream. He's playing green-white aggro, as he has played. He's actually played several different forms of this deck in the last month or so, all green-white. And one week he showed up, I didn't get him on camera, one week he showed up with a couple Conjurer's Closets in his deck. I was very excited about that.
Yeah.
This week it's just green-white beatdown, he said. But he's playing against Troy King, who we saw in the second round, I believe. He knocked off the Enchantments deck. He is playing Jund mid-range. So, should be good. They are moving to Game 3. They have split the first two. I have no idea who's on the play or who's on the draw, but I bet we'll figure it out when someone plays their first land. So, tried to minimize the amount of dead time in between. In my experience doing this is what I figured out. Anytime we're not playing Magic, anytime this exact screen is not on the camera,
Yeah.
people tune out.
Yeah.
People want to see Magic, and I can't fault them.
No. I mean, as Americans, we have a short attention span. It's just the way it is.
Instant gratification, short attention span. So this should be a good match. I'm not sure exactly how much time is left in the round. It should be, give or take, 20 or 25 minutes a week. My clock is obviously for, like when you give like betting tips on like a show, and it's like obviously for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
So you get around that. Well, my clock is for entertainment purposes only because it's no way official.
Yeah.
We actually don't have a round clock here, and I want to get Logan. I'm going to move that play mat over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So he's playing Jund mid-range deck, like he said earlier. It's got Lingering Souls in it, kind of like the modern version that so many people saw at Chicago, now running Lingering Souls. But a lot of people talk about Jund being...
Still drawing live, huh?
Nope.
Still drawing live for top 8. You're still drawing live for top 8. Would you like to join us on commentary?
Yeah.
I showed you on it.
Grab a seat there. Make sure the door is shut. It no longer locks. Well, I've done my duty by applying the Iona play mat. We realized that Logan won Game 2. As Troy leads off with a tapped Blood Crypt. Now joined by Nick Reed, who unfortunately sounds like lost in round 4. Dropping to 3-1, but still drawing live to the top 8.
Yeah.
Arbor Elf. Will it live to see an untapped phase? That is the question against the Jund deck. Pillar of Flame.
Yeah.
Is there anything better in life than Pillar of Flaming a turn 1 Arbor Elf?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I had a few opponents that I did enjoy.
And did you see the sportsmanship there from Logan, reminding Troy that his Isolated Chapel comes in untapped because it controls a swamp. That's the kind of high quality people we have here at Lost Legion Games and Comics. Not everyone's a loser like me.
It's true though.
And some of those people like Nick. Yeah, so... Yeah, there's a comment in the chat about, as we see a Strangleroot guys come down, and the beatdown commence. I guess Pillar of Flaming the Strangleroot guys would have been better. But see, you don't know if they're going to curve out exactly like that. Comment in the chat about you can check out deck lists of top performing decks by going to the mothership and looking at their Magic Online results. As we see a Huntmaster of the Fells come in, stem the tide. Trades with half of the Geist there. I hate that Logan just did the thing I hate the most.
Where they look at the land.
You draw a land off the top and immediately slam
Slam
it into
in
play.
play. Yeah.
That's not what you do.
Yeah. If anything, at least, you know...
I understand it's a very minimal edge, and I understand it's FNM, but I'm just saying, like...
Shuffle your hand around a little
Yes.
bit. Silver Blade Dollar. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like we have a question about the Jund deck in the chat. Yeah, the white in his deck is just for Leonin Souls, correct?
Yes. I have not seen another white card out of it. Maybe I should put Jund Souls. Isn't that what they call the
modern version?
Yeah. Of course, that deck's much better.
Yeah.
It has Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah.
He didn't attack with Dahlia because he's an idiot. Just
Thragtusk.
throwing that out there.
Don't. Nick, you can't be in here if you're going to talk trash on everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
This is,
all happy thoughts in this broom closet. So.
No, you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave.
Oh, well.
Nick and Logan are friends. They
Oh,
came in the
okay.
same car tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the smack talk will continue, I'm sure, outside the room. So.
Nick, knowing better than to tempt himself, has stepped out. Lest he continue with the verbiage. So let's look at the situation here. Game 3. We see Logan Cutlip with the Strangler Geist and the Thalia. 4 mana untapped, staring down a Thragtusk and a Huntmaster of the Fell, Sam's Token. Exiling the Thragtusk token, or exiling the Thragtusk with the removal mode of Selesnya Charm, running his Dragonskull Geist into the beast token that the Thragtusk leaves behind. 6 mana now for Troy, and I think it's very interesting that you see the copy of Kessig Wolf Run sitting on top of his lands. I know you can't search up an Ink Moth and a Wolf Run with a Prime Titan anymore, but still a pretty good interaction. As we're now joined by Garrett Meadows. Garrett, did you get there?
I made it to the 2-2 bracket
Oh.
and the drop bracket.
Would you like to?
And then I realized that I gave 3 people a ride here and I can't quite leave yet.
Well, I'm sure you can undrop. JB would undrop you.
I'm fine not playing for the rest of the night.
Well, feel free to pull up a seat here. Unfortunately, I don't think this match is much longer for this world, as we see Logan's dealt with 1 Thragtusk, but he's facing down a flipped Huntmaster of the Fells and an active Kessig Wolf Run. But like I was saying to finish my comment earlier, Kessig Wolf Run still wins games.
Yeah, people forget now, just because Primeval Titan's gone,
it's not nearly as powerful because you can't tutor for it.
Yeah.
You have to play more copies or draw them naturally. Sigarda's a good one.
Yeah.
Are we sure that Huntmasters don't win games?
Yes. Technically, it's the creature that's getting pumped by the Wolf Run. We see a pillar. I see a pillar in his hand, playing the Overgrown Tomb tapped. Does the flipped copy have Intimidate?
No, it has Trample on it. Now it has double Trample. Max Turner is wanting me to pass along some information that he won his match so quickly because he stole a Rankered Wolfir Silverheart.
With Nicole Bolas?
With Nicole Bolas, and then soul bonded it with Gisela and swung for 20.
Max, you're playing on camera next round. Doesn't matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
4-0, so.
You're 4-0?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be playing then, I guess.
I might, it depends on who I'm playing, I'll force it out.
You're going to Dream Crush somebody at the FNM?
Did you not hear what I just did?
I did hear what you just did. That's not Dream Crushing, that's Soul Crushing.
Yeah.
I took a picture with my phone. I was like, I hope I'm not being a dick, but I'll take a picture of this.
You should send it to me and I can put it on the Facebook page.
Alright, hold on.
So, shenanigans from Max Turner in his round as he moves to 4-0. The first round he got a bye.
What's the second creature in play?
The
one that's not a Strangler Geist?
a Thalia
No, Thalia.
and a Sigarda.
Where's all the fantastic
But the Huntmaster does switch back.
So you're getting 2. Get a 2-2 wolf.
A wolf. We like to call it a wolf.
I still haven't given you my bite sounds. Instead of the sound bites.
We need to have a soundboard yet. So he's at 5. Can you just kill him here through... Well, you can't kill him because he does have a first striker.
Yeah.
But if he pillars... Can he win here by pillaring the Thalia? That leaves him with 1, 2, 3... 3 mana to trample.
And you just pump whichever one's not blocked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
How much did he say?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Kind of.
This game will be over soon, and then we will have to kill time.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, this new table numbering policy is working out very good in terms of figuring out how to...
Except for whenever JD was trying to find somebody and couldn't.
Well, but that's... Does JB have a basic knowledge of numbering?
Well, he was writing the numbers.
Zing on JB, yeah. People getting upset that we're not showing much of the Adam Vickers splash screen. We'll hook you up here in between rounds.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been thinking about it. Michael Taylor's wife showed me how to... She made some tokens for Michael that were hilarious. And she clued me into how she did it. I'm telling you, if I get adventurous, Adam Vickers tokens.
Yeah.
Coming up. Creature type?
I mean...
Local legend.
No, yeah.
Creature type, local legend. So, Troy thinking this one through here. If he has a pillar in his hand, he wins this game.
Should I go out there and tell him that?
No, you shouldn't go out there and tell him that. For half a second there, I thought you were being serious.
Just poke your head out the door and be like, do you have a pillar?
What many lands are untapped? 1, 2, 3, 4...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will cost 2 to
So you
pillar.
could also just pillar the face, and then overrun the Sigarda. Also seems like a relevant play, but you know, you never know what your opponent has. Who was tapped out, by the way.
Well, I don't know if he actually has it in his hand. Well, he has a pillar in his hand.
Yeah.
He'll get there. Trust me, he'll get there. You pillar the Thalia. Then you attack. Then you have +3 pumping.
We pillar the Surrender Ghost. Also a good play, if not
Oh, no, it's exiled.
trying to win the game.
Does he have Brimstone Volley?
This would be the biggest slow roll ever. No, we do have a Dreadbore though.
He's got to tap one more.
Now we Dreadbore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we only have 3 untapped, so we can get something trample even though it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think Troy's played this to the best of... yeah, that was not how it should have worked.
But still,
He's
two
still
creatures.
he's still in a good spot.
Yeah.
Another Thalia.
Replacement Thalia. So we can still
And they're doing the math now to...
go on the overrun the Sigarda plan.
Yep.
Oh, the chat is pointing out once again how bad a Magic player I am. The wolf can't attack because it just appeared this turn.
Yeah.
I forgot that the wolf had flipped back. It's amazing how bad I am at this game. You should just go back and watch tonight. Well, to be honest, like Scotty Wright's match where he's playing a control deck, I did figure out every play about 5 minutes after the fact.
Oh, well.
Oh, why didn't he do that? Oh, because he...
No.
You were in the bathroom and they were like, aha, I knew that.
Well, Scotty died in the game with a supreme verdict in his hand, and he tried to cast a Sphinx's Revelation to gain enough life, and it didn't work. And I was like, wonder why he did that. And then I realized, oh, because there's a Nevermore on the table, and he clearly said, Supreme Verdict, I could hear him through the door.
Yeah. Yeah, I was standing out there watching that match.
Well, I'm an idiot, Joseph, that's why. Because I'm an idiot.
So do we pass doing nothing and doming for 2?
I don't know. I really hated most of last turn. Don't you just still, like...
I think we just
Don't you still, like, pillar Thalia and then attack in and then just...
the same thing as
But then trade with the Sigarda seems fine, right?
Yeah.
Tapped Overgrown Tomb, now he's got it. He's only got 1 card in his hand, right? Yeah, so he's passing, flipping, killing Thalia, manipulating my iPod. Logan seems to be drawing live here. Both of these players, I should point out...
Oh,
2-1. Logan, unfortunately, dropping out of contention for tonight's top 8, but Troy King moves to 3-1. He has a winning in next round, so congratulations to him with his very interesting take on Jund with Lingering Souls. As of Wednesday, when we jammed some games of Standard after our Legacy match, he did not have white in his deck, but in the last 2 days he has found a way of jamming it in there.
So I like how you're calling it Jund with white in the deck.
I call it Jund Souls. Because that's the only white card.
That's the modern deck, and you just want to try to...
I called it Jund mid-range, and then there was some confusion in the chat about the white. Yeah. So I'm going to switch
usually
that. You want to grab a seat there?
No, I'm good.
Well, it's just going to be your floating torso now.
Yeah. I like that. People like my torso.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Broom Closet. I'm Zachary Evans. This is Joseph Messer. And that the aforementioned floating torso of one FedEx employee, Garrett Meadows.
I can't mention my company's name. Now I'm going to get fired.
All opinions expressed are owned by Garrett Meadows and do not reflect the corporate policies of Federal Express.
We had a memo, which I'm actually probably not even supposed to talk about that, too.
Well, then don't!
About social media.
So you're saying it was a bad idea to wear your work shirt?
I could just wear nothing.
So...
I can take the shirt off.
So thanks for watching. Guys, we got about 10 minutes to go here, so there's no way we're going to get another match. We've already gotten 2 matches on there, but we missed it last round because of because our match went to time. Let's give away some Magic cards. 2 copies of promo Cathedral of War. That's what we're giving away this week. If you want to get in on that action, just go to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. After this round, I'll make a post. It will say something equivalent to, we're giving away cards. It's very self-explanatory. You go in there. First, it's a 2-parter. Step 1, like the page. Zach Sells Magic. Step 2, comment or like the post. This is very important. It's not inconsequential. You like that, or you share that, or you comment on it, it shows up in your timeline, your friends see it. If they play Magic, then they might be interested. That's all we ask for, is that little bit of word of mouth. We'll give you some freebies in the meantime. So let's roll a virtual die here. Random.org. How many people do you think in this week's 45? Guess from you, Joseph.
I've seen the number, so I'm not going to...
Cheater. 52. Last week we had, you won, Garrett, because he had to DQ himself. Yeah. So congratulations, Garrett, on that win. 52. Last week we had 51. And like I said, this week we're still going to stick with a Twitter giveaway, which is for a playset of a rock, paper, scissors signature cards from Unglued. And then the Facebook giveaway is, again, I think we're just going to do one copy of Cathedral of War next week, simply because it helps us to... we get the prize support from the store, and, obviously they run out over time. So we want to make sure that we have... enough to give out throughout the weeks. Still
some price support.
Okay, some Garrett Meadows custom altered cards.
Like I say, my
if you have a card that you want to have a goatee put on, Garrett Meadows is your man.
Put a mustache on anything.
So let's roll a virtual 52-sided die and give away some cards. Can we confirm the number?
32.
32. Garrett is a liar.
Yeah.
32. And the winner is
local guy.
Joseph Deal. I think we might need to have some kind of policy against local players entering, because that just seems like cheating.
By the way, everybody watching the stream, Joseph Deal's name was right on the list 52 times.
No, I will confirm it. You can't see the number because we didn't roll an actual die, but I will hold it up to the screen there. Number 32, Joseph Deal. So he did win. Congratulations to him. It's hard. It's difficult because you want to make it equal access to everybody. Everybody can participate.
I don't want to hate on the people that are coming to the store spending money,
yes,
playing on the stream, making this thing happen.
I know, but it's also, I would say 100% of people locally are familiar with the stream. I'm trying to branch out a little bit, but I might. If you have any suggestions on how to alleviate that problem, I'd say probably 60% of our wins have been. I do 2 giveaways a week.
Let's do a third, a local giveaway and a not local giveaway.
Okay, we'll figure it out, one way or the other. But congratulations to Joseph Deal. He wins the copies of Cathedral of War. If you want to win your own copy, just make sure to log on to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic or go ZachSellsMagic.com. It will redirect you there. After the round is over, I'll make that post, and then we can get down to business there. Also, I'll mention it again, just briefly, but I mention it once a week, so that I feel like it's out there if people want to participate in it, but I don't feel like I'm beating it to death, which because I'm not here trying to ask for your money, as we see another. Yes.
I should have just stayed with the mid-range Conjurer's.
You should have had Conjurer's Closet. The chat loved the closet when I told them about it, but you live, you learn, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, a crestfallen Logan Cutlip, lamenting the fact that he did not have Conjurer's Closet. But, no, but if you feel so inclined, people have asked us in the past if there is any way of, first of all, do I own the store? Do they pay me to do this? Do they pay us? The answer is, let's just assume everything Garrett says is a lie. That will save us a lot of time, but no, there's no kind of, I'm affiliated with the store in the sense that we try to coordinate things together, but there's no direct affiliation like that.
I'm affiliated with Shaq.
Yes. I'm affiliated with the store in the same way I'm affiliated with Taco Bell, which is that I frequent it often and I enjoy their products, but they do not send me a paycheck for any of my promotional appearances. However, if you do feel so inclined and want to participate or support the stream in a financial means, you can do so by, at the bottom of our Twitch page, twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. At the bottom of that page, there is a widget for Chip-In, which is a PayPal-based website, and so you can kick in a couple bucks to the stream. You pay via PayPal, but you don't have to have an account. You can pay via as a guest with your credit or debit card. In the past, people, I think we're up to like $30 on donations. People have given as much as $10 and as little as $1. All the money that we get in that regard will just go to reimbursing or recouping the cost of all the equipment we've already bought. So we're $200, $250 in the hole already. So it's not like we're making money off this. And if there's any of the situation where we actually start making money, I will just roll all that money into more giveaways and stuff like that, because we do not do this for financial gain. It's simply for fun, and we enjoy it. And if anybody benefits from it, so be it. That is, but like I said, I mentioned it because there has been people. I had to set that up because there was one gentleman from Norway. His name is Christian. He was very adamant about wanting to do that, so I specifically set that up from him. And then, so I'll mention it once a week.
And all donations are tax deductible.
I'm not sure if that's true at all.
Yeah.
It's not true at all. So gentlemen, what are some topics we can talk about? I came slightly unprepared tonight as far as speaking points go, simply because it's Thanksgiving, and I was at my grandma's, and I was eating delicious food, and as Garrett has pointed out earlier, it's a tough life I live when I'm so busy enjoying delicious food and time with my family that I can't come up with nonsensical talking points.
Speaking of holidays and playing Magic, what do you think about the GP on the 23rd? Is it the 22nd or the 23rd?
Yes, Grand Prix Indianapolis.
Yes.
What do you think the attendance is going to be like in that one?
Well, I know I'm not going. If it was, it's interesting you say that. The last Grand Prix that was in Indianapolis, do you know what the format is for that?
No.
This time around, I'm not entirely
Anybody
sure.
knows in the chat, feel free to clue me in.
Had a giant cube?
It's not Popper had a giant cube draft.
Yeah.
Rochester.
Yeah.
If anybody knows.
Carrie, stand by me
Yeah.
some cheers.
Oh, and I should mention, thanks to stream regular Ali Brownie, who suggested that since it's Thanksgiving theme, we will be giving away. Not only will you be winning your place of rock paper scissors, but you will also be getting Avacyn's Pilgrim. Joseph Deal will not be getting one because he has his own.
Yeah.
But the gentleman who won the Twitter giveaway, I'll be sending one to him. Hopefully autographed by Adam Vickers. We can only hope. Speaking of Adam Vickers, I also need to fulfill a promise I made to splash this guy up here. We haven't seen him yet tonight. We've heard him tonight, ambiently through the door.
Yeah.
We have not seen him tonight. The man, the myth, the local legend, Adam Vickers, keeping people coming back since 14 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's the man. We've talked in the past about Adam Vickers card sleeves, Adam Vickers tokens. I want to make a shirt. It just has a white and black relief of him on the front, and on the back it just says local legend. I'd wear the heck out of that.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to make money. So I'm just going to put Adam Vickers' image on everything.
Yeah.
Just sell it. We break even. Then we start pouring it back into the stream. Have gold plated everything at some point. Adam Vickers will sell. But anyway, back to Garrett's question. It's a good point. If anyone know, I don't know, but I see Joe Lewis on there. He must have gone home. He was having a great night tonight with his...
Oh, by the way, did the guy that I don't know his name ever get the Utabi orangutans?
Utabi... What?
The sex monkey card?
I don't know the reference. I know what the Utabi orangutan is, but...
Right. I think that was going to be an Adam Vickers signed card to go with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody's talking about that.
Was that an idea that I was supposed to
no. We're just going to try to give away as much Adam Vickers-related memorabilia as we can. Question in the chat, who is Adam Vickers? Well, my friend, this is obviously your first time watching our stream.
Boy.
Adam Vickers is a local legend. He is... It's ironic because there's really nothing particularly exciting about Adam Vickers. It's just that he is hilarious, and he's always good for a laugh, intentional or otherwise. He's very good at Magic and often appears in the top tables. And he's at the top tables tonight. He was 3-0. Did you know if he won his... Oh, he's 2-0-1. But he's drawing a line for the top 8.
Yeah.
Recently,
but he is hilarious, and we like to feature him as much as possible.
Recently broke a popper cube.
We're starting to get...
yeah, there's a little bit of hate going on there.
Okay, so we do get... I think... I don't know, he's being fun.
Yeah.
But, so we do get confirmation in the chat. Back to Garrett's question. Grand Prix Indianapolis, which is on December 23rd and 24th. For anyone who may be international not realize that, of course, the 2 days before Christmas, arguably the biggest holiday in the American calendar. It's a return around to concealed, it seems to be. So, the question is, what kind of turnout will they get there? The last time there was a Grand Prix...
650 this past week.
There's 660 down in Grand Prix Charleston. The last Grand Prix that was in Indianapolis, I went to. You were there too, right?
I was there as
There's
well,
Legacy. Now, when it's Legacy, there's only usually 2 a year, so there's a lot better turnout because people are willing to travel because they don't have... There's not... I mean, there's what, like...
Dave Letterman there?
He was there. I played him 4th round. He was playing High Tide. But, but I mean, obviously you have like, I don't know what, 15, 20 standard Grand Prix a year, you know, but for Legacy you make the trip. So I went to that. I have friends in Indianapolis. I would go to this one, but I'm not going anywhere 2 days before Christmas.
No.
I would have to get divorced if I did that. So that's the thing that's going on with that. I don't think anybody's, I mean, they'll get good numbers.
The travel expense, I mean, if you plan on booking a flight the week of Christmas, you better have some deep pockets.
Yeah, it will be mostly local traffic. I think it could arguably be...
David Letterman might show up.
He might run the tables at that point. There's only 7 people there, you know. It's just basically Grand Prix Indianapolis turns into a winner box.
Yeah.
Everybody $30, $40 winner box. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if numbers are down pretty significantly at that tournament. But I mean, you can't have the events that they're having. I mean, they have, how many Grand Prix do they have this year? 1 million.
Yeah, I think it's at 40.
You can't up that number of Grand Prix without maximizing every weekend. So there's something going on every weekend. So they have to do, they have to do what they can to jam stuff in there. I'll give GP Indy. I'll mention that. I'll give you information about that in the recap post. Recap of everything we talk about on the stream tomorrow on our Facebook page. And the videos should be up on YouTube by Sunday at least. I might do them tomorrow. Last week I was out of town because I went to the Steelers game. Well, they lost, but I expected them to lose because the starting quarterback is out, and Byron Leftwich was their quarterback.
What's wrong with Byron Leftwich?
He's old and busted.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Charlie Batch is a younger, sprighter player, and that's hard to say at this point, but yeah.
Batch is not younger.
No, he plays younger than Byron Leftwich, I'm sorry.
The point I was trying to make...
Are you not older than Byron Leftwich, Zach?
I am older than Byron Leftwich. But here's another factor. I'm also not quarterbacking in NFL.
Exactly.
The same... JB, the man, with round 5 pairings. They just posted pairings, so we'll take a break here and get out there. But I was just mentioning, I was out of town for the Steelers game, so I did get the videos up till Tuesday, and people were a little bit upset about it. So try to get those up as best I can. YouTube.com/ZachSellsMagic. If you just go to our Facebook page, I always put a post in there about when the videos are up. So we're into the winning in round. Round 5, the last round of Swiss before the top 8. We're making good time. This should be over at about 11:15 or just short of 11:30.
29 points.
So we're looking through here.
There should be like 10.
Well, Max is undefeated. He's who I wanted to see. Michael Taylor and Justin Sayer are playing.
I think he's running the quarter.
That's not a winning in though. Leon Fisher and Scotty Wright. No, he's already been on. Everybody's already been on. Well, we'll find somebody. You don't have to watch me read the pairing sheet, but we'll be back shortly
If you want me to do that.
with a win and in round as best we can find it. So stay tuned. Round 5 coming up.